Hello again and welcome to my channel. Welcome to our channel.
Yes, indeed.
And we decided that we love Power Book. This is Power Book 4.
Season 2, Episode 7.
That's right.
Called Broken Down.
And you know what? We are behind schedule with putting these things up. Please bear with us. We are new at this. Sometimes we might be a little goofy, but our intentions are good because we love Power Book.
And don't forget to
Like and subscribe because it
channel.
helps the algorithm. Thank you so much
That's
for being
right.
here to be patient to listen to us.
That's for sure.
But
And-
let's get right into it. So how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Would you just say that this episode did not miss a beat?
It didn't.
We got 3 episodes left, and that first scene between Tommy and Maria was very well written.
Let's talk about that.
And acted. It was clear that these two characters have a deep connection, but they're also both very aware of the dangers that come with their business. So what do you think about that, Queen?
Well, first of all, I'm going to take this another way. When they opened the scene with this, I was like, okay, let me get my champagne and let's clink, clink. Wow. I'm going to tell you something. Joseph. I got it right that time.
Sakura.
Joseph Sakura.
Not Joseph Sephora.
Okay. Tommy Egan and Maria. They did their thing. Because let me tell you something. They look real. Maria, I don't know what your name is. I'm going to look it up. You did the thing, girl, because you two look so good making love that I thought it was real. I needed a drink.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the music was good, the making love act was good, and I know you had 100 cameras looking at you. How did you do it? You see, this is my fear, because I know if Queen D was doing that, it wouldn't look that good, and I'm going to tell you why. Because Queen D is like a double D, and that don't go good on regular TV. That's just all I'm going to say. But moving right along.
Indeed.
Let's talk about Miguel coming in. Miguel comes in. I was scared. Maria had to go hide. Tommy was smart, though. He took her ID and put it in his back pocket. But the liquor, that was the whiskey. Maria, Spanish people have their own liquor. And I know that Miguel was suspicious when he saw that brand. That was her favorite brand, a family brand. I know that's what I was nervous for her. And he came in talking to Tommy, right? And he was walking around, casing the place, and I was so scared for them. I was scared for Maria. But Tommy, hey, I know you're a tough guy, but Miguel is what we call vicious. Tommy, you are used to shooting people. Miguel is used to torturing people, which is a whole nother thing. That is what we call vicious killing.
Yeah, and I enjoyed the scene between Tommy and Miguel. It was interesting to see these two men come together to form this temporary alliance. I mean, however, I do have feelings that this alliance won't last long. I mean, Miguel is too ambitious, and he's not going to be happy playing second fiddle to Tommy at all.
I agree with you because, spoiler alert, Miguel's grandma, she don't play. Okay? That is Queen of the South if ever. And she done already told him, look, I done crossed the tracks with our baby in this godforsaken country, which I was like, you got some nerve, you living here enjoying the Lowry life, whatever. But anyway, I understand what she's saying. But the point is this. She has already warned her grandson to be careful of Egan. She don't trust him. She says, look, we have to make sure. And that is because she said, she knows what happened with her husband. But getting back to that scene, when he made that alliance, did you see how he looked at Egan in his face? He came up in his face.
Yeah.
And he's got very dark brown eyes. I mean, like black, like a demon eyes. And so you got Tommy with these blue Irish eyes, and he's got these really black eyes like a demon. I was like, oh my God. He looked at him like, I'm talking to you about the serve, but I will F you up and put your head on a charger if I find out you messing with my sister. That was what that looked like to me.
Yeah.
I was like scared for him.
Yeah, overall, this episode was full of both twists and turns.
Yes,
but
it was a good way to open up. I loved it.
But Tommy Egan was approached by Miguel. Miguel was looking for Tommy's help with dealing with the Serbs, who are torching the projects, as we saw in the Crimson projects, where all those
that was so sad.
All those innocent people were shot and burnt up and everything like that.
They were doing the summertime. You know that song like Will Smith. They was enjoying themselves in the community, the neighborhood. Old school, sitting out in the urban life. For those who don't understand urban life and you lived in suburbs all your life, I'm from New York. I know what it's like for people to be sitting out in the front on the stoops or barbecuing and everybody with the fire hydrant, like in Brooklyn. I'm from Queens, and seeing all that and just the love of the community, having a good time. Everybody knows the store owners at the grocery stores. Everybody know everybody in the neighborhood. So they even got like neighborhood watch in so many places. So that was really tragic.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, for sure, Tommy agrees to help, but he warns Miguel that he has to be careful. Now, Miguel assures Tommy that he has it all under control. Now, before he leaves, Miguel warns Tommy that Shay, the head of the drug cartel, doesn't like unexpected change, and Tommy tells Miguel that he'll remind Shay of how much money he's making for him and that the Serbs can't match that. But Miguel agrees to talk to Shay, essentially, and see if there's a play to be made there. Now, Tommy goes back to spending time with, obviously, his lover.
But let's talk about that, because what happened was that Diamond and his probation officer, remember that part? The next scene was Tommy and Diamond and the probation officer. Now, you know, is he called a
parole officer?
Parole officer. Correction. You know, he's a little full of himself, and that's because he got his little badge and his little title, you know. And he's always trying to be bossy, like, I'm the boss around here. Come and pee in this cup type of thing, you know, trying to belittle his own people, belittle Diamond. And so he tells Diamond, but he softens just a little bit. He says, I must admit, I'm impressed with you. I'm so impressed with you that I want you to denounce your affiliation with the CBI. Diamond says, you crazy? I can't do that. He says, well, if you want to shorten your parole, you will go out here and do this fundraiser and make a speech and make it convincing too. So Diamond goes, well, I don't know. I got clients. I don't know. He says, if you want to shorten this, you gonna do what I say, so to speak. And they leave it like that. So after that, what goes on, the next scene was Diamond, talking to Tommy about their whereabouts. But let's talk about that. They showed a scene, and I want to move to this part where they showed a scene with Stacy and her husband, DeFranco, right? Mm-hmm. Stacy is on a high because she got Vic Flynn. Stacy is feeling herself, but she's also got some anxiety because she know that Miss Laurie is on her ass.
Yeah,
that's what that's about. And she's come up with a plan to get Vic wired, which is insane, so quickly, and to follow and to also get a burner. I like a cell phone. I'm like, is Stacy out of her freaking mind? Let's take it one step at a time, okay? She's crazy. I mean, her intentions are good, but is her intentions really good, or she's just looking out for herself? That's the question. Stacy is really wanting to impress Laurie and the rest, because apparently they've kind of said that
U.S. Attorney Laurie Lewis,
right? Because she must have did something in the past, because the whole office don't really trust Stacy, and so Laurie was like, you know what you did last time. They keep talking about what you did last time, so you got to work your way back into our good graces, so to speak.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. So that's what happened. So Stacy, she's talking to DeFranco. Lori walks in and she says, Lori, let me tell you, I got it all under control. Lori said, you better have it under control. Because if you don't, that's going to be your job. Because I'm going to tell you right now, everybody's disappointed in what happened with that bombing, that explosion from the Serbs over there in the community.
Yeah.
And we can't have that. Go ahead.
Yeah,
talk
so
about
Lori is frustrated by the lack of progress in the case, and she warns DeFranco,
Right.
Stacy, that the DOJ will pull the plug if she doesn't get any results. Now, DeFranco assures Lori that, basically, I should say that Stacy assures Lori that she has a high-level CI working directly with Tommy Egan, and this CI has first-hand testimony that can land a whole RICO investigation on Tommy Egan as head of the organization. Now, Lori is skeptical at first, but she tells DeFranco that she better hope that the CBI is essentially worth it.
That's right.
Now, this scene is also important because it shows the pressure that DeFranco
Yes.
and Stacy is under to basically bring
Right.
Tommy down. So
Right.
Stacy does know that the DOJ is losing patience and she needs to get results soon.
Right.
And the scene also introduces this character more so. It just shows the recurring nature of Lori Lewis, who is a powerful
Right.
figure
Right.
in the DOJ, and Lori is not
needs to go get
some.
herself a tan,
Yeah,
okay?
for
That
real.
red lipstick was like, ouch.
But Lori is clearly someone not to be trifled with.
Oh, she's a tough cookie.
And DeFranco knows that she needs to keep.
She said, you want to keep that
And
job, you better
Stacy
take care
knows
of
that
this.
she needs to keep her on her side.
Right. And that is why Stacy lets her anxiety get the best of her, right? Because she makes little mistakes, which we will see. But moving right along, let's talk about Shantae, because I love Showstopper. I love that tough black girl. She's just tough. That queen ain't playing. So Shantae, right? Shantae, right? Shantae, is talking with one of the guys. Let's talk about that. And he says, there's the words out there, And we know what happened last time. Him and that other guy that got killed talk about the words out there. That you've been digmatized. Oh, well, he should not have said that. I'm like, are you crazy? She knocked that guy's head down. I forgot his name.
So Shantae denies this politely, and she reminds Raheem that she demands loyalty and respect.
That's right.
She also warns that if he betrays her or Jenard again, she will not hesitate to kill him.
That's basically what she said. And she said it really powerful. And I was like, oh my God. I mean, like, he was like a weakling. I was kind of feeling that. I was like, you let this woman scare you so bad that you didn't even try to fight back. She must be a badass queen. Okay, let's talk about that. So Tommy and Diamond meet, and they discuss in this like abandoned movie theater. They have a meeting about how they're gonna take over the world, so to speak, right? They done really have taken over so many communities, and the only thing that was left was Chavez. They didn't get to Chavez yet. But they got all the other communities lined up and to cut off the Serbs, right? Let's talk about that.
For sure.
Yeah, because let's think about it. They have everything under control, but there's a little, fighting amongst the guys there. They got to get everybody. Diamond says, "Look, we are one now. We got this. As long as we work together and unify, we cannot be denied. We cannot be defeated. So guys, get your head in the right place so we can make some money and move some product."
And they're all concerned about the recent attacks by the Serbs, and they're looking for ways to retaliate. So Tommy proposes that they take their product to a new side of town and that they unite the entire west side. And he also says that they need to get the DSDs on board as they have more clout on the west side.
Okay, what's the DSDs?
Good question. I don't know.
The DSD, I mean, I wrote that down too, like, we gotta look that up and see what DSD means.
DSD.
Yeah,
let's see
but
what
in the
that means.
meantime-
The other drug lords are hesitant
Yes.
at first, but Tommy eventually convinces them that this is the best plan of
Right,
action.
yes.
He also promises them that the Serbs will be handled. And this scene is important because it demonstrates how Egan is able to bring together all the different drug crews in Chicago all together in one place. And it also demonstrates, it showcases how he is able to think ahead and devise and strategize and plan that basically that will benefit everyone involved.
I think that Diamond and Tommy did a phenomenal job bringing everyone together, because it just goes to show you, if they could use the same amount of intelligence in a corporate world and go legit,
Yeah.
which is really a fake legit now, we find out in the white collar world. But anyway, everybody's not a crook, but you know.
Yep.
But I'm just saying that they would be like powerful. But let's talk about Gerard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gerard, still not being clean, but pretending to be clean, and still kind of a loose cannon. And let's talk about Vic being a mole. So we got Vic Flynn being a mole, and Jenard,
Who? I'm joking.
Gerard, not being clean. And Gerard really is not really loyal as he's pretending to be to his brother, because he got that girl, Shantae,
Mm-hmm.
showstopper. So if she's dignitized, what does that make him? We're not gonna go there. But
Yeah.
anyway, so he's really looking out for himself, and he doesn't like Tommy. You know, he feel like his brother is kind of sold him out, but he's gonna do it because he has nobody, and he has proven to be a loose cannon even to his own members who left him astray. He don't have a choice. Vic don't have a choice because he now has to work for Stacy, right? And so he don't have to go to prison. So, but Tommy is trying his best to trust Vic, and we're going to talk about that. But moving right along, so let's talk about, so Tommy is walking outside, and Vic says, you know, we're a lot alike. Tommy says, whoa, we ain't nothing alike. We ain't nothing alike. I had to work for everything I've ever gotten, and you ain't had to do nothing but be a Flynn. That's what he said, right? Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, Tommy and Diamond, you know, they make a plan to cut off the Serbs by talking to Miguel, which now Miguel goes to Chavez and has a meeting with Chavez. Was really, Chavez scares me. Every time you think this,
right?
every time they call him Shay, right? Shay,
Yeah.
Chavez. Every time you think that somebody can't one up someone else can become even worse. So we see Miguel as being this really vicious, mean drug lord. But when he gets around Shay, he backs down because Shay is above him, and Shay is scary too. Shay is like, oh my God, right? So he goes and convinces Shay, look, I think that we need to cut off the Serbs, and he explains everything in his native tongue, and Chavez gets really mad. Shay gets mad. Shay gets mad and breaks some glass and says, you go over my head, and you did this and you did that. But Miguel is clever. He really basically repeats what Tommy said, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Tommy says, starve the Serbs, and they'll have to go hungry, and they'll have to come to you. So he repeats that to Shay, right? And Shay goes along with it. But Shay don't tell him going along with it. Not at first. He goes, So Shay goes, I'll think about it, kind of basically, right, in Spanish. Shay meets with the Serbs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Maverick, which is the head of the Serbs, Maverick, I think that's how you pronounce his name, says, why do we meet here? They live escalators. And he says, I've been in this business 20 years, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's always best to do things in public. He says, I think that we should work together and be kind. And he says, The serve goes, kindness is a fantasy. So then Shay goes back and says, well, restraint is too, but we both better try. I love that part. I love it. I love it. And he explains to him why they should work together. And he says, no, we don't want to work with you. That's what the serve said. We don't want to work with you. We like the way things are. And no. And so Shay says, well, we have taken over, because I've joined forces with Egan and everybody else, and we're taking over. And, you know, like Jesus, he talking about Jesus, says it's better to be humble, and we're just going to let you go hungry so you'll learn a lesson, and you'll just have to get on your knees and beg for food. And he says, I'm not getting on my knees. He says, okay, I guess you'll starve. You'll go hungry. And he goes, he makes an announcement, and he goes, I announce we are no longer part of working with the Serbs.
That was crazy.
And that's how that went. All right now. Whew. So that was a tough scene right there.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about Tommy and, Shante visits Claudia.
Let's talk about that. So Shante,
click on that one. Let's do it. Click on that one.
So
Girl
Shante
power.
and Claudia need to discuss a business proposal, and Shante wants to work with Claudia to move pills throughout exclusive clubs.
Speak aloud. I can't hear you. Say that again.
Yeah. So Shante visits Claudia so she could.
The audio's bad in here. Excuse us. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Shante and Claudia meet to discuss a business proposal, and Shante wants to work with Claudia to move pills throughout exclusive clubs.
Okay.
And Claudia has connections to these clubs as well, as we've seen in the previous episode. But Claudia is hesitant at first, but she eventually agrees to work with Shante, and Shante gives her that they need each other.
Well, let's hold that
this
thought.
scene.
Okay, go ahead. After you say this scene,
Now
let's
this
talk
scene
about that.
is important because it shows how Shante is able to think strategically and make deals that benefit her, and it also shows she is able to command respect from other people, even those who are more powerful than her.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So let's picture this whole thing, visualization. Claudia gets like a ring at the doorbell, and she's in like a penthouse, so you got to come up an elevator, okay? Claudia lives in a very exclusive penthouse. Shante comes and says, you need me. She says, who are you? I don't know who you are. She goes, well, I'm going to tell you who I am. I'm Shante, and I live in Garfield, and you need me to move your product. Claudia says, well, how do I know you ain't trying to work with the Serbs or Egan trying to get me killed? You know he's trying to kill me. She goes, no, I'm working alone. Neither one of them. The Serbs don't know I'm here, and Egan don't know I'm here. And Jenard don't know I'm here. She goes, this is for us. And she goes, oh, okay, well, we won't talk about, all right, I'm listening. She goes, my girls can help you get product. And we can do this with the club, and and they go through this whole thing, and Claudia goes, okay, let's don't talk about dick measurement. We're gonna do this alone. Girl, like basically queen power. That's how that went. And Shante says, deal. And so I love this scene, how they had a drink of whiskey and they decided to work together for the common goal of making money. That was good. So Claudia says 40-60. She said, girl, bye. I'm not doing no 40.
Yeah, right.
Girl, bye. I said that had to be
50-50, like Tyler Perry said.
She goes,
half.
wait, we'll do 50-50. And then she says, okay, I can do that. And that's how that scene goes. I love that scene. So let's talk about going to the next scene. When we talk about Stacy wants Vic. She wants Vic to put on this necklace.
Yep, and she says, I want everything on Flynn now. A wire, a handler, 24/7 watch. Whatever's going to make his white ASS push out a nice shiny little diamond for us. I hear you. And then we hear, I hear you, but I wouldn't crown him right now. I just think it's too soon. I already know what you think. Then saying one of her colleagues says the point is he's obviously getting his loyalties crossed. It's just that MFer is not getting the message. I'm not going to lose my job over that. The Frankel says, if I may please, any additional eyes or heats will likely spook Egan. I mean, this guy has been at it a long time.
Mm.
He's been evading federal prosecutor for years. He'll step around at the moment we give him a chance. Agreed. I mean, the guy's evaded federal prosecution at every level. Right. He's shaken our surveillance multiple times. I think you have Vic Flynn exactly where you want him. Then she goes, well, I refuse to let Vic Flynn think he's in control. So you bring him to me. I want to look him in his eyes.
Yeah. You know, we can see that Stacey has anxiety right now, and it's coming across even in the office. Because they're looking at her like she's becoming unglued, you know? And Vic is like, are you kidding me? Are you trying to get me killed? She goes, oh, this is not 1980s. We got some real sophisticated stuff now. So wear this necklace, and Vargas would be there, you know, in the car, and it's going to work out. So then they show Tommy talking to Vic as they're eating lunch. And Tommy goes, I don't understand why you guys put ketchup on a hot dog. He said, well, that's how we do it. He said, yeah, I'm from the north, and from New York, and we don't do that. We use mustard, you know. And he's having this like regular conversation. Vargas is across watching. So Tommy goes, look over there, you'll see a gray Ford, a man in there watching us. And Vic goes, really? He goes, yeah. He's so stupid. He think he watching me, but I'm really watching him. That MFer. Catch me if you can. That's what he said. Okay, so it goes to show you that Tommy is no fool. This is not his first rodeo. He knows he's being watched, and he's still suspicious of Vic. But he looks at Vic and goes, you know, I was kind of questioning this before about us working together, but perhaps, maybe it's going to work out, you know. And Vic is like, okay, yeah, you know. So I like that scene. So Tommy, goes to Ashante. Ashante is, boxing, knocked the guy out. And you see, it knocked him clean out. I mean, they supposed to be practicing, and she did a TKO on him, right? And Tommy goes, whoo, this girl's not playing. She goes, who are you? He says, I'm Tommy. And Tommy Egan. She goes,
maybe so stop.
Yeah. And she says, well, you want to do a check cash or something? She says to him. He says, you want to do this here in front of everybody? And then she calms down, and he has a talk with her, and they come to an agreement, and and as they're walking, and he says, I'm gonna tell you something right now about me. My loyalty is everything. My word is everything. And she goes, I can respect that. And that's how that seemed. I can respect that. And I can respect that. I was like, I like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like that. So that's how that went. So they call Vic, and Vic says, make it quick. And they says, hey, we're going to do this meeting. We're going to come, we're going to put this thing, we're going to hear it and get this thing done. Because, see, she's anxious because of Laura. And Vic is like, no, we can't, don't call me now. But he listens anyway, and so Tommy So what happens is Vic and Tommy are in the car, right? And oh boy, they're driving and everything, and Tommy and Vic is very nervous. He's very nervous. So we're gonna leave it like that because they switched.
I don't think Tommy's more nervous than Vic.
You think? Tell me why.
Tommy keeps on moving his head around.
But I think that's just because he's cautious and just watching his ear. He's just looking around. I don't think Tommy's scared of anybody, really. I mean, let's talk about how Tommy goes to meet, what's his name, Shavik?
Vic?
No, the Puerto Rican. He goes to meet him. Because he tells Vic to get out of the car. And he says, I got someplace to go. Vic says, where you going? He says, I got to meet somebody. And he goes off to meet Shavik. It's a C-H-I-V.
Shay?
Shay, no, Shavik. CHIV. That's the Puerto Rican, remember?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he goes there. He goes into that community, and they shoot his window out. And he's like, "Oh shoot!" And he comes in, and of course they got those really horrible. Well, I won't say horrible. They got those. What kind of dogs are those?
Ooh, just like pit bulls.
Pit bulls.
Ooh, those are rough.
Woo! And I'm like, here we go. So Vic goes in. Vic is scared like SHIT. Tommy goes to the chest. Hey, I'm naming Tommy Egan, and he's pitching his thing, and that guy's like, you really crazy to come here. You
sure
crazy. And he pitches everything to him, and he says, well, nah. And then the other, his right hand comes and shoot him, sticks at the gun, and he tells him, lower it. He says, I like you. I like you, because you saw he wasn't scared. But Vic was like, what the, And he says, but I like you. He says, okay, talk to me, because I don't see how this is going to work. Because Miguel the Mexicans think they're better than the Puerto Ricans, and I don't give a, you know what. And so he makes a deal, and he explains the whole situation. Tell us about it, Clay.
Yeah, so the whole thing.
You have it in your papers? I know you put it there somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the whole situation is just real dicey now because we are starting to see the arc of this storyline come down for sure, and we're approaching the end of the season, so you're going to see a lot more things happening than you did previously. Would you agree, Queen?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, so Tommy has a good talk with him, and he says, "Are you going to replace my window?" He says, "Yeah, I'm going to replace your window." Yeah. He goes, "Bet," and I thought that was a good scene. I thought that was a really good scene. Yeah. So let's talk about the community fundraiser. So Diamond, they switch scenes, and Diamond is out there getting ready to do a speech, and Leo and his mom, she's like this Auburn beautiful queen, and they come to listen to a speech. He started getting ready to read the paper, and then he changed his mind, and he just says, "Look," he goes, "I'm not going to tell you that things are going to change right away, but you do not have to be defined by where you come from, your past." He said, "Lord knows, change takes time."
That's right. Amen.
It was a very touching speech. It was very touching. I really appreciate that speech, and everybody gave him a big clap. And he decides to go on a date. They make a date. Yeah. We're laughing because after that, let's talk about that date, right? And they make a plan to go on a date, and then let's go to the next scene. Okay, so they show the club scene. Claudia is with her friend.
Yeah.
And they are having a good time at this club. Oh, everything going on in this club. You got the men with the women with the women, the men with the Lord Jesus, everything going on in this club, right? But everybody's having a good time. And what happened is this man has the audacity, the nerve to come and try to rob while they're having a good time. Here she is with her girlfriend, and he sticks a knife in Claudia's leg, and he says, "Hand me your jewelry." I'm like, is this man out of his mind?
Yeah, he was on something.
He had to be. It was crazy. Just real crazy. And Claudia says, "No. Basically, are you kidding me?" And he goes, "No, I'm not kidding you. Give us your jewelry." So he takes her jewelry, because he sticks it in her thigh and it starts bleeding. And then he takes her girlfriend's. And then he still has the nerve to be at the club.
Wow.
And then what happened? Him and his friend, they're at the club thinking they got it made. And this girl comes over, this young lady, and she says, "Would you like it to be 2 women?" And he falls for it.
Yeah,
but that was just, she wouldn't go back and get Shantae, right? Shantae looked beautiful.
She sure
this
did.
actress, she had her hair together. Claudia's like, "Girl, you clean up well." She had this fabulous dress. She goes, "I had to. You know how it is, And my girls is ready." So she goes back and tells Shantae. And then all of a sudden, Shantae come in there and says, "Bam, give me back my girl's stuff." And he's like, What
Yeah,
the
then
F?
we
You
saw-
get out of here.
Then we saw Shantae from that earlier episode. So it was like, oh, okay. She
Shantae
actually
knocked him
downplayed
to
it.
the floor and said, I'm not playing. I will F you up. You better get back my friend her necklace and her stuff. And so he had to, because she says, I will kill you. Ooh, that was scary.
So being around Jenard too much.
Right.
Diamond, yeah.
I know, but she did look beautiful, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
And Claudia was so impressed. I said, shoot, Claudia get ready to drop her girlfriend for Shantae. That's what it looked like to me. Claudia was like, woo!
Somebody-
She said, Claudia looked at her like, I'm impressed. I like her.
She might get her type
Did
of
you see her?
feelings
She
too,
also, she got turned on.
you know she is bisexual.
I know, she got turned on. She looked at it like, oh, I'm impressed. Now that I see you in action. Yes. I think we should work together
I know.
permanently.
I was like, okay, what are you
And
gonna...
Shanta, when she came back, the next day, I'm impressed. I think we should work together permanently. Shanta said, let's just see how this go first.
And then you got
Had a
Cool.
boatload of money in that bag and took it home.
You got Claudia's friend like, yeah, she tried to be like the Braden of this show.
Yeah,
I'm like, stop.
let's work
do
together.
this.
We
can
and
do
get
drugs.
the drugs at the college with the white girls.
I'm
And
like,
Claudia's
okay,
like,
what are you,
look, let's
Braden?
bring Shantae. Claudia said, well, can we bring Shantae? Let's bring Shantae in this. No, I just wanted to be us. And Claudia's thinking, I said to myself, Claudia's thinking, I'm not going to say yes, but I'm not
Don't
going
say
to.
no either.
I'm not going to say no. Because Claudia's thinking, I don't want to hurt her feelings. But ain't no way I'm doing this with you when I got Shantae. I know what Claudia thinking. I know what Claudia thinking.
Yeah, that's right.
Whew. Yeah, that's how that went. So, moving right along from that was so good, wasn't it?
Mhm.
That was so good. Jenard goes out with that other guy.
Yeah,
I forgot his name. The one that
no, it's
Shantae knocked down and said, "Look, you better respect."
Raheem?
Me." Yeah,
Yeah.
Raheem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of our noses itching. I think it must be the we got this humidifier on. But anyway, so what happened was they're walking, and now I'm like, Raheem is like, yo, Pasty Boy talking about Tommy Egan is trying to take over, and you letting your brother. What does Diamond say about this? You know, we were doing good without Pasty Boy. We don't need him. We need. And then he convinces Gerard to shoot him, to kill him. He says, so Gerard goes, so you got the gun, is it clean? He goes, yeah, I got the piece, it's clean. He goes, okay, bet. And they go into the Latino area,
Yeah.
and he goes and gets drug. He pretended he's not going to get no drug, but he can't resist. He gets it. He's in the car going, I'm going to kill you today, Tommy. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. And then what happens? Tommy opens the door, and here comes Maria. He goes, oh, shoot. And he gets his cell phone out and he goes, you going down, you stupid MFer. You are going down. Then you going to get killed. And he takes the picture.
Wow, that's crazy.
And then takes it back to his girl. But let's move right back up. Tommy and Maria together, and she's like, I don't know how long we can do this because he's dangerous. And what does Tommy say back? I love that
I'm
line.
dangerous too.
I'm dangerous, baby. You ain't got to worry about me. Clean.
Main thing, yeah.
I'm dangerous too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, that's how that went, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was thinking, ooh, goodness. That's going to be some scene when he finds out. There's going to be some scene. So let's talk about Shantae going, look, I got all this money. He goes, I got something better. He says, girl, you crazy. I told you I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble with Diamond. I told you not to mess with the serves. And you go ahead and do it, girl. She goes, she shows the money. Goes, look, this is for us. This is for us and nobody else. Don't you tell nobody. This is our cash. My own thing.
That's right.
And he goes, girl, you something else. He goes, but I got something better. Let me show you. Shows her the picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
She goes, ooh, oh,
What?
shoot. Egan is stupid.
You see Egan on that throne yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Egan is stupid. And he goes, yeah, but I'm going to blast this all over social. I'm going to blast this. She goes, oh, no, we ain't doing that. You never let the enemies see you doing something. Let him hang himself. And while we sit back and watch, We just gonna watch. And she picks up a glass and has herself a glass of wine, right? Or right on time on that one. See, so let's go to the last scene.
Yeah. Have you not seen the episode?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we have.
So then you got Vargas saying to Vic earlier, "You're doing this for the kids because that innocent girl was killed.
Yeah.
You're doing this for my daughter.
Right,
We're
right.
doing this for the children.
Right.
The children." What he said.
We are the world, right? Right. And so he convinces. Oh, we left out one scene that must be told. Grandma talking to Miguel about keep your eyes open because you don't want Egan to try to take over. He says, no, I got a plan of my own. That's what Miguel said. Tommy don't know it, but I'm working out this thing out for my own self. You know, Miguel said that, right? Miguel is not planning on working with Tommy. He planned on doing his own thing.
That's right, you bet.
But let's go back to the last scene here, because this is where we are now. I think we've covered everything.
Yep.
So, Vic and Tommy are driving, right? And that's the scene. And Tommy says, you know, this worked out pretty good, Vic. I think that we gonna work out all right. And Vic is like, okay. Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me.
Tommy goes, I'll meet you tomorrow.
I'll meet you tomorrow. Let me drop you off right here.
So then what we see is Tommy goes
He
driving.
drops Vic off, right? Yeah, go ahead. And then they go ahead.
Then he goes through a dark alley and finds a sewer spot that's also was covered in the foot.
And then Vic snatches off.
Vic snatches off the tracker.
The tracker. Good thing he did.
And then Tommy's
all happy too, right? He's driving, and he drives back around because he is a crook. And he goes, what the? And he sees Vic talking to Fergus. I'm like, oh shoot. It's going down tonight. What happened then?
Then what happens is that Tommy comes out of nowhere and goes, you know him?
You know him?
Up on me.
He goes, yo, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know him.
Then you saw Tommy give that power book one book for the D-Rise going, you know what you gotta do to a rat.
You know what you gotta do.
If you ain't a rat yourself.
If you ain't no snitch, then you know what you gotta do. And then Vic is scared, like he getting ready to crap in his pants. He's like, oh shoot, I am not going, I ain't gonna let Tommy think I'm a snitch.
That's right.
He's like, I guess I'm gonna have to kill you. And the guy goes, no, you ain't gotta do this.
Boom.
And he just shoots him down.
And that was the end of the episode.
And I was like, that was powerful. And that's why we call this power.
It felt like the
that was
original
powerful.
Power. Yeah.
That was powerful.
But I enjoyed the episodes. A lot of twists and turns. And I'm looking
did.
forward to the next couple.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot. You know what we forgot to talk
What did
about?
we forget?
Diamond and Leon's mom.
Yeah. We did forget that.
We got that part. They going on a date just before this killing. They go on this date. They're supposed to be going on a date, and she shocked me. Did she not shock you?
She shocked me.
She had this bad, beautiful outfit that matches her hair and complexion, and she had the bra and panties to match. And she goes, I decided I want to stay in tonight. And Diamond's like, whoa, okay, I don't want to disappoint.
Yeah.
That was some scene too. I don't know if I believe that scene as much as I did the other scene with Tommy and Maria, though.
I got it.
I don't know. But anyway, the point is this. This is a cliffhanger of the next. Because I'm going to tell you something. We are not going to forget that Diamond has a woman, a queen, that is doing all of his dirty work in the prison. And she don't play, does she?
Not at all.
So I'm scared, not for Diamond, I'm scared for Leon's mom.
Yeah, I'm scared for Leon.
Because she don't want to kill Diamond, but she will definitely kill Leon's mom. No doubt. Hey,
That's right.
are you up?
And the thing is that it's going to be interesting to see if Tommy's going to be more like the New York, the Queens Tommy that we saw in Power Book 1, or is this one, it's going to make a little more mistakes, a lot of careless errors. and all of that. We'll see. But
We'll see.
I definitely think that it's going to come to a halt with the feds and Tommy and all the drug lords. And
Oh
we'll
yeah,
see what
it's definitely
happens.
getting ready to go down. It's gonna be a shootout for sure. You're gonna think this is the Wild Wild West in the urban area.
And let's just hope there are no innocent bystanders.
Well, let's hope.
I don't know. I'm just feeling that something could be happening in the next episode. So
Brewing. Like I said,
We'll
I don't
see.
know how they're gonna work out this thing. I mean, for some reason, what's concerning me is this Maria and her brother Miguel with Tommy and Diamond and Leon's mom, because those are two. It shows you how something as simple as two couples making love and really care about you can affect so many lives.
yeah.
Isn't
Now
that something?
I'm just gonna say for the next episode, who's in trouble words? Maria.
Mm.
I'm gonna say this. Leon.
Mm. Oh yeah, that poor child.
Yeah. And let's just leave it at that.
Let's leave it
That's
like
what
that.
my spirit's telling me.
Woo, we'll see.
But thank you for joining us
Thank
tonight.
you so much.
We're gonna be back with review episode 8, and don't forget to like and subscribe and watch all of our other content on the Lorraine and Moi channel, as we have episodes from Queensboro Conversations and Rain Talk available.
And we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll be back with the next episode.
All right.
Power Book
This was great,
4.
Queen. I
This
can't
was
wait to
fun.
do this again.
That's right. And we're going to hope that you stay awake. We're going to change the hour so Clay can stay awake. God bless his heart, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye.
I'm joking.